won't go into all the machinations of the derby because Colin did all that on Sunday after the game, but it was interesting to see about Khloe Paxton coming back and her sort of backstory really, and what she's had to overcome, and then to come in and play so well at the weekend.
Yeah, she's a terrific young talent, someone who's been with her for a number of years now, who suffered a ACL injury on England youth duty and has grafted and worked really, really hard to get to where she is now. When I named the team before the Newcastle game, I told the players our story, and she's been with us now since January in terms of training full time with the first team, and fully deserved that opportunity to showcase what she's about. She's been man-marking Eleanor Dale for the last 4 months, and Eleanor Dale knows how tough it is to play up against Khloe Paxton. It's something that we kind of joked about, but yeah, I was really proud of her. I thought she held her own magnificently, and in a big occasion. I mean, what a moment to make your debut not only in a derby but at the Stadium of Light. But yeah, I thought she was absolutely solid. Didn't put a foot wrong.
I was going to say, mentally, to run out in front of 10,000 people in a game as significant as the derby for the age that she is, that's asking a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't always go to plan. Sometimes the pressure and the nerves and the occasion, but you kind of give her a heads up at the beginning of the week that was in my plans because of the injuries to Hannah and Raza, and we weren't quite sure how, if they would get on the grass, and so she was prepared. She's kind of had like the good 5-6 days of thinking that she might play. And it was seamless for her. I thought her and Brianna were solid at the back, really limited their opportunities in front of goal.
So does Khloe play at Birmingham then? Another big test.
She's got a good chance. Look, we've got a competitive squad and we've got to look after people, but she's certainly done herself no harm.
I was looking at the game here, finished 1-1 earlier in the season, and in stark contrast to the 10,000 for Newcastle, 753 people at the stadium for that game, and you took the lead and conceded and equalised within minutes. But bearing in mind where Birmingham are now, that's probably looking like a good point.
Yeah, it seems a long time ago since we played them. Look, Birmingham are a good side. One of the best teams in the division, there's no doubt about that. Got a lot of good players, spent a lot of money. There's no hiding that either. So, they've got 3 games left, the same as us, and they're fighting for promotion. So we're under no illusion that we have to turn up. They're going to come out where we know that. We have to weather the storm at times, probably. We have to hurt maybe without the ball at times. But we also have to play our own game. And, we've got some really good players who can hurt Birmingham.
Pressure's on Birmingham, though, isn't it? They're 3 points off the top, they're 3 points off third. So they're in a position, they know it's in their hands. So the pressure's on them. Yeah,
it's all on them. Just like it was probably for Newcastle at the weekend. No team up there can probably afford to drop points because it's too close.
In regards of your place here now at the academy, just a little sort of background on the women and how important it is for you to be part of this setup. Is it quite significant that you have this facility?
Yeah, it's probably something that we don't showcase enough, to be totally honest. When we recruit players and we bring them in, they're amazed of what's kind of on site. We're fully integrated into the building. There's no can't go here, can't go there. We all eat in the same canteen. We share the same gym. The swimming pools, the hot tubs, the ice baths. It's a high performance site. It's a Premier League facility, and the players have got that at their disposal.
How important is it for you to rub shoulders with Premier League players, or even when they were in the Championship, high-end players? It's important that relationship that is open to you, and as you say, you're free to come and go wherever you like.
Yeah, I think it's important for staff. You can share good practice, you can share stories, you can share game plans. We often chew the fat with the lads' coaches. I sat the other week with Ali and Izzy and looked at some of their game plan stuff and took some ideas from that, and the analysts share good practice, and the same with the players. The players are sociable with each other, and I think that's what makes it a real Sunderland family.
Do you get the impression, do you get the feeling that Kirill and the board are as embracing of the women as they are of the men, and they're ambitious in going forward for the women?
I've been here a long time now and been under different ownerships, and it feels stronger now than it ever has, and long may that continue.
Obviously the holy grail is to get promotion to the Super League. How much pressure is there on you in a season to achieve that? Do you feel that? Are you conscious of that?
I think the long-term plan was always to be sustainable, to do it at the right speed. A couple of years ago it was only, the men were in League One and we were in Super League 2, and it was always the men had to go first, and now the men are in the Premier League and they've cemented that for next season, which is a magnificent achievement. It's now time for us to try and push on and get back into WSL 1 as well, but we all know how difficult it is and how hard it is and how much you need to invest in the team, and it's competitive. There's a lot of teams in our division who are trying to do the same thing.
And it's one of the hardest things, it's convincing people to come and watch you, because as much as you want to play at the Stadium of Light, you don't want to be playing in front of 700, 800,000 people. And Epperton, as much as it's a little bit sort of non-league and a bit rustic, if you like, it actually is a bit of a stronghold for you.
Yeah, there's no denying that the team love playing at the Stadium of Light. It feels nicer, it's bigger, the surface is nicer, and when you get 10,000 fans in there on Sunday like we did, it matters and it makes a difference. You can hear them, you can only imagine what it's like to walk out there as a male footballer in front of 48,000 week in, week out, and aspirationally that's where the women's game wants to get to. I think there's some really good examples of Arsenal doing that regularly at the Emirates, and it seems to be a difficult task in general in the women's game to fill the stadiums, but it's all about the product as well, having the right product on show and producing good performances to hook people in who want to then come back. But I'm sure the club will have strategies in the future to continue to build on what we've done on Sunday.
And we're here in the academy. The academy is all about developing young players and giving them a pathway to the first team. Do you think, with the women especially now, maybe less so with the men's team in the Premier League, that young players do feel that they can reach the first team at Sunderland by being part of this academy?
Yeah, I think it's always been part of our DNA that kind of the motto is built, not bought. And I think if you look at the game on Sunday, there was probably 4 academy graduates who entered the pitch or started against Newcastle, and I think that's something that we should be really proud of. Historically we've produced a lot of good young players they've gone on to bigger and better things because of where the team was at, but I think we always have to remember the history of the club, and we want to keep producing young players. And for all them young girls in the pathway who've seen Khloe Paxton make her debut on Sunday, that's their dream, that's their aspiration, and it's so close.
I'd highlight Katie Watson as well as a good example of somebody who's come through that system.
Yeah, you've got Katie Watson, you had Jess Brown, and you had Libby McGuinness, who all played their part on Sunday, and that's what we want to continue to do, whether we can in the future. But that's something that we want to really kind of hold on to.